What's happening? What's going on here? Where the fudge my picture go? Ah, what'd I just do? Fuck it, I'm on the road. Yeah, I know I'm late, man. Come on in. What's happening here? Doggone it. I can't even. Whatever. Come on in. Come on in. What'd I do to this camera? Shade, I'm sorry. Corner girl, salute. 50 months in the strong house. That is support, queen. When I'm up around your way, I'm taking you out to breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I don't know, we might go to an amusement park or something. You know what I'm saying? I'll take the babies or something. You know what I mean? Salute, salute. I know I'm late. I had a doctor's appointment. You know what I mean? You know how that go. Getting up there in age, you gotta take care of the health. You know what I mean? So, just had a physical done. And she said, nah, you think you sure you're not 25? I'm like, nah, I wish. Turn back the hands of time, I wish, but you know, nah. Not at all. Not at all. Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Salute to y'all. I know I'm late. I'm not even gonna hold y'all long. I'm on my way to the gym right now, actually. Got a new work schedule, so you know I'm gonna be very sporadic. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be popping up with these streams, premieres, and things of that nature until I could get a hold of the schedule that I want. You know, like I tell y'all, you know, this is I treat this like a business. I pattern my work schedule around spending the mornings with you guys, man. Real stuff. This is how I contribute to what we do here. You know, I always tell y'all what we do here is very important. It's very, 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 very important. Very important. And this is how I contribute. And, you know, you can't do everything. You know, there's going to be a point in time where I might not be able to rock with y'all in the mornings. You know, because, you know, life happens and things change around. If y'all remember 78, he used to come on 8 o'clock at night. Well, on the East Coast, he was coming on 8 o'clock at night. He would, I think he was doing 2 streams. I think he was doing, he would do Trill in the morning. No. He was doing Trill, right? And I'd be on. I'd go off and Trill come on, and he would come on like 8 o'clock at night. So you know things change, but we ain't going nowhere. Just schedules change. But I'm still gonna be dropping y'all content and everything else. Salute to y'all who pulled up on me for the Painful Excellence podcast last night. The more I talked about it, you know, even when I got out of bed this morning, I'm always seeing these goddamn, you know, posts. You know, they're finding a way to blame black men for what happened to this young lady, man. It's like, look, leave us out of it. Let's just solve the crime. Leave us out of it. Let's just solve the crime. Let's just solve the crime, if there's a crime. I saw this morning that Zanzibar took his passport and they won't let him leave. If they did that, that's a damn good job. Because let me be very clear, you know, there's some sort of stupid ass war between black men and black women that, you know, I try not to participate in until it's brought to me in someone's comment section. You know what I mean? I say what I say and I get out of it because I know there's nothing but a bunch of hurt people. You can't be you can't even be a 30-year-old woman talking about how a man has done you dirty. Some of these chicks be like barely in their 20s, talking about how bad men are. It's like you haven't lived life enough. Forget about how bad the men are. What kind of woman are you? You know? And I don't want to get into all of that, you know, but I say I don't have my age. I say it proudly. I have what you call experience, life experience. And I'm not talking to some girl that's young enough to be my daughter, or is a phrase I love to use, a grown adolescent. I don't want to hear words you got to say. I really don't, because you have nothing to add. You have nothing to add at all. You know, so I'm watching this thing, and if he did it, I want him brought to justice. But, you know, if it's declared, look, I don't know how the laws work out there. You know, money goes a long way. If it's declared a suicide, then all you queens, yo, y'all gotta rethink what's going on, man. What's gonna be the next step? White men ain't bad either, so, you know, I mean, what you gonna do, turn gay? Turn gay? You don't turn gay. Either you are or you aren't. Either you are or you aren't. That's it. You don't turn that. Men are not the enemy. And to my men, women are not the enemy. The good people just gotta find each other, that's all. But all this negativity and all this bullshit rhetoric is amplified, and it's disgusting, man. It's disgusting. So we gotta be smart. Prayers up for the family, because they're innocent in this. But the lesson to be learned here is, what's that guy's last name? McCann? Turns out he might be the can man, because anybody can get it. And that's what you sisters need to understand. I don't care if you're dating an Asian, a Latino, a black, white, Indian, you can get it. Crazy's crazy. Crazy is crazy. That's what you need to understand. Crazy is crazy. And this dude, if he's guilty, just be crazy. Might not even be a color thing. I said last night, don't be surprised if you see him with another black woman down the road. If he gets away, if he did it and gets away with it, or if he's cleared, there's gonna be eyes on him. And don't be surprised if you see him prancing around with another black woman. Don't ask what's wrong with him. Check her. You feel me? It's ridiculous. So yeah, man. Now salute K-Rod. Now I had a doctor's appointment. I was trying to get back in time, but I'm like, man, I'm in the whip. Let me just go live right here. You know what I mean? Then I tried to turn the camera on. I hit something on this damn phone. It done flipped around. I saw me there for a second. I don't know what I did. I see my logo, so I guess that's okay. But anyway, you already know how I look. I'm gonna put up what the fuck is going on here? Wow. Okay. I gotta go down to the next fucking exit. I'm gonna put in my community post. I might do a live stream. I'm not sure yet. It might be a live, but it's gonna be exclusive to Rumble, about the ugliest ninja on YouTube. The ugliest ninja on YouTube, and I mean that physically and spiritually, and this dude is just overall a horrible person. He's the worst kind of person. And I'm gonna put the meme up in the community post, but the live is going, I'm not even gonna pull one of those going live on YouTube and then going, it's gonna be straight to Rumble. So y'all go follow me on Rumble. Y'all make sure y'all do that. Cause I'm gonna get in depth on this dude. I'm gonna get in depth on this dude. And it's it's going to explain a lot about the type of people that are around. I need you guys to understand, I talk boxing. I talk boxing. I really don't care to get into the personal attacks, because it's like, listen, I grew up, y'all call it roasting. We are in the Bronx, we call it snapping. I have a very thick skin. I don't give a damn. But understand, everything is fair game. With me, it's fair game. Everything is fair game. Like, for example, this dude pulled up on a live stream and he tried to defend AJ, somebody I'm going to cut down this week. I promise you. And what was fascinating is he pulls up, and what I like to do, I like to click on the channel to see if it's a real channel. So I did that. And he has a picture of a baby, right? It's a picture of a baby there. So I just, I said, yo, man, I said something about the baby. I said, yeah, the baby ugly, whatever. He was like, yo, that's my, and he's typing in caps now, that's my handicapped nephew. You should have never said that to me. You should have never said that to me. Should have never said that to me. Real stuff. You know what I did? Everybody's under attack. It's called collateral damage. Get that big-headed handicapped kid off the damn avatar. It's fair game. Oh, Drew, you're so mean. It's a child. Get the child out the way of the line of fire. I'm blicking everything. You lay a hand on me, I lay a hollow on you. Anybody could get it. Google, put my name in the YouTube search engine and see what comes up. Before you even get to my channel, you'll get 20 people talking crazy about me, and none of them know me. Some of which have given me death threats. Yes, absolutely they did. So if you think for 2 seconds that I give a rat's behind about what I say in defense of myself, you're bugging. Everyone is fair game. Joe Townsend, salute. I see y'all. I'm just driving. Everyone's fair game. Now, I just want to talk about the sport. Why am I getting in the internet beef over an opinion about a fighter? 80% of the fighters that I say 85% of the fighters that I talk about, I don't even know, I never met. So if I know it's the same for y'all, I'm talking to the trolls. So what we doing? So this one mofo follows me over to Rumble the other day. And y'all had to tell me, hey man, it's Buckle Up. Or Buckle Up Boxing, or Bust a Nut Boxing, or Sports Prediction 101. I'm like, yo, is that you? And he admitted it was him. Let me tell you how sick this dude is. He came under the name Kobe Myers. Now, I didn't say anything at first because it wouldn't register to y'all. But listen, y'all know who Kobe Myers is? Y'all might not. Well, Kobe Myers is a basketball player, a local basketball player in Baltimore. So happens to be a white man. Well, he's a kid. I think he a high school prodigy or a college kid, I forget. Look him up on YouTube. Put in Kobe Myers. You can Google him. Put in Kobe Myers, Baltimore. And I'm like, this grown black man, this sick motherfucker, followed me to Rumble and used that kid's name. And I said that absolutely was Buckle Up. Because where's he from? Baltimore. Now think about that for 1 second. Why are you using this kid's name and following a whole channel over to a whole different platform just to be disrespectful? Dude, listen, I don't want to talk to you. I've made that clear. You are not a man of your word. When I put you on my platform and we had a conversation, you had a preconceived notion of who I am. And we talked like men. After we got the cussing and everything, I said, all right, now we got that out of our system, let's have a conversation. What is your problem with me? The first thing I said to you was, do you want to fight? You said no. All right, cool. So now it's not about that. What is it? You said that Monster Nui stacks his raps. I said that? Or did Cool Boy Steph's team say that and hold a whole fucking press conference and threaten to pull out the damn fight? Listen, I tell y'all all the time, I don't know everything. If I'm doing a short video and I get some news, I will tell you, this is what I'm hearing. I don't know if it's true or not. But this was being said, and this is my opinion. Y'all tell me what y'all think. You know right off the bat. If it's a fact, I'll tell you if it's a fact. And then I will quote the source in the comment section. I'll give you a link and say, this is where I got it from. You tell me what it is. I don't make shit up. I don't need to. So there was a couple of things that he accused me of making up. And I'm like, bro, there's something called Google. There's something called boxing scene. You could look this stuff up yourself. It was damn near on ESPN. So what are we talking about? And you know what he said at the end? You know what, Drew? I'm going to get off your bumper. I said, well, I appreciate it. 2 weeks later, what is he doing? Another video about something that I said that he didn't even research. So I said, yo, it's official. This knuckle dragger is retarded. This knuckle dragger is retarded. So I left it alone. Blocked him. I blocked both of his accounts. Well, I heard Buckle Up Boxing. That channel got destroyed. He probably listening right now. And what happens when these haters, somehow they do something and their channels get ruined, and what happens? Oh, the LDBC got my channel messed up. I didn't do a thing. I promise you I didn't. I didn't do a thing. I don't acknowledge you. You'll have to, matter of fact, all of the people that got my name and picture all on that thing, I don't even bother to flag it. YouTube ain't gonna do nothing. How long did those Mexican Nazis have a video up calling Champ Side a monkey? Man, that video was up for like 2 years. We flagged it 1 billion times. They finally took it down. So I know for a fact they're not going to do anything. I know that. I know that. So I don't worry about it. I just ignore it and I do me. Man, listen, if I'm going to worry about what people say about me, I ain't going to get no work done. I can't bring out any content. I got shit to do. I'm a content creator. Everything that I do, the memes that I put, all of that is well planned out. I put up my monkey video. Y'all laugh for about a minute and some change. You know how long it took me to do that? The planning behind that. Clips and edits and music, that takes time. What I don't have time to be doing is arguing with people over something that they're not even going to understand. They don't even care to understand. Nothing registers. Listen, man. Another thing, I need you to pay attention. I don't argue with women. I do not argue with women. I'm going to say it again. I do not argue with women. You right. You write you to death. You right. Okay. You right. All right. I'm not going back and forth with a woman. So if I'm not going back and forth with a woman, what makes you think I'm going back and forth with a bitch ass nigga? I'm not. I refuse. I'm not doing it. A lot of these fanatics are just flat out retarded. There's something wrong with them. Y'all see it. If I gotta block you more than once and you got 14 accounts just to come, obviously I'm important to you, but I don't particularly care for you. But if I don't want to talk to you, why are you here? This big lip monkey knuckle dragger followed me to Rumble, and I'm like, Kobe Myers is not his government. That much I know. And I said, wait a minute. I do know a Kobe Myers who so happened to be from Baltimore, and it's a white boy that plays ball. And I looked it up. I said, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. That's the signs of a sick Negro. But I'm going to get into depth on him because it's an ideology. Now, what does this have to do with boxing? It's an ideology. Whether you have slurred speech or you have a degree, there's a such thing as being an articulate idiot. Found Sniper in that super chat. Salute, family. I see you. There's a such thing as being an articulate idiot. And that's what we're dealing with. When it becomes less about the sport and more about personal insults, that's when I gotta bail. It starts out, my guy beat this guy. No, that guy could beat your guy. And this guy beat that. No. And then 5 minutes into the conversation, it's F you, no F you, yo, pull up. Nah. You see the dysfunction in the black community. I see my brother 503 Lion, boogie down to H-Town, salute. And listen, everybody got a lot of machismo. And sometimes you will find yourself getting caught up like, yo, what this nigga say to me? And it could be a difficult thing. I got caught up into it several times. I'm not perfect. But once you understand what you're dealing with, it's become easier just to bail. Like, man, you know what? He's on that. Yeah, all right, I'm out. Yeah, okay, yeah, you tough. Yeah, okay, yeah. You's a tough guy. Okay, yeah. All right. But I think Tank is a punk, and he got 16 guys he ain't fight. But he's the best fighter in the world. All I'm saying is prove it. Now you attacking me personally. Now you attacking New York. And what? What are you talking about? Okay, all right, bro. Conversation over. Let me tell you something. I love my city, but I hate my city. Real shit. I will never threaten to physically harm somebody because they have something negative to say about New York City. I promise you, I don't care that much. It is not that serious. I promise you it's not. Maybe every time you came to New York, you had a bad experience. You know how many people came to this city and got robbed and killed? You think their families care for New York? No. Now how many people came to New York and something happened, caused death or a disability, and the city got to pay them $1 million, and they're like, yo, F New York. I'll never come back there. What I'm gonna be doing? Yo, what you talking about New York for? Man, shut up. Ain't that serious? What are you repping, really? Do you know the reputation my borough has? My borough? Oh, you from the Bronx? Well, let me give you a little bit about me. I'm from the Bronx, but I didn't grow up in the South Bronx. Damn it. But that's the only song we can rep from our borough. Shout out to Boogie Down Productions. And I have friends in the South Bronx, but I wasn't born and raised in the South Bronx at all. At all. I tell y'all all the time, not a street dude. I don't rep street shit. Me and my buddies came up the same way. When we got a little older, went to high school, our high school had people come from other parts of the city. We made friends from cats that came from real bad neighborhoods. We used to go to their block and be like, damn, I'm glad I didn't grow up over here. Now, we looked the part, but we were not about that street life. And a couple of my friends, they chose to play in the streets. And, you know, what your parents say is true. Your friends are either going to end up dead or in jail. Couple of them died, couple of them went to jail. But when they decided to get in the street shit, that's what Nintendo was invented for. All right, y'all, I'll see y'all later. I'm going to go play some Nintendo. Gunshots outside. Not me. And just because I ain't playing the streets, that don't mean I'm a sucker. Because I had plenty of fights in the streets. I had plenty. And I never took a L. I'm not saying that like I'm some sort of super tough guy. I could fight. I grew up in a boxing gym. I wrestled in high school a bit. I could defend myself. Some of these cats seem to think that, yo, just because your boxer is from your town and you from the trenches, that makes you some sort of feared tough guy. No, it don't. There's a lot of homosexuals that come out of your town, live next door to you. In fact, some of these dudes may be one of them. So when you have a grown-ass man that follows me to a whole other platform and uses the name of a white boy dribbling a basketball from Baltimore, why are you talking to me? Welcome down Van Hoddle, salute. You understand? What makes me want to talk to a person like that? Especially when I made peace with them. Oh, salute, okay, that's what's up. I ain't do nothing special in high school wrestling. I ain't do nothing special. But I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't disciplined to follow through on anything. I played football, I wrestled, but, you know, I chased the skirts too much. And that was the end of that. Real shit, that was the end of that. The athletics was good, but, you know, sex at that age, you know, that's why they say don't do it. Sex at that age, it's like, it'll ruin you. When you're taking a test in high school and you can't get through 10 questions without thinking about what you're going to try and do to shorty after school, you got a problem. That's why, you know, you're not disciplined enough to deal with those emotions. You're not. Busting nuts make you go crazy. How many athletes y'all know from your country or from your city where they say, hey, he was the next big thing? Well, what happened? Well, he liked the streets too much. Or he knocked up a girl, you know? Got a bunch of those in the Bronx. Got a bunch of those in Brooklyn. Earl Mandigar, he got involved in drugs. But they said in the streets, or in the Rucker Park, nobody could touch him. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, when he was Lou Alcindor, said, nah, he was for real. He could have easily went to the NBA or the ABA. But he played in the streets and he had developed a bad drug habit. The GOAT, Earl Mandigar. Look him up. New York legend. I got OGs in my family that saw him play. I said, well, how good was he? They said, man, that dude, the rumor was he could jump up and touch the top of a backboard and grab 4 quarters off of it. I said, that's impossible because he wasn't too tall. But of course, my uncles, they said, no, that was for real. I grew up with a dude named Calvin. Calvin was 5'1". When we was in junior high school, Calvin was 5'1". He was deaf in one ear, short, dark-skinned dude. 5'1". He was dunking a basketball on a regulation rim with 2 hands. When we was in 5th grade, the teachers was like, yo, what the I'm looking at him like, how the hell is he getting up there? Calvin could jump. The boy had hops. We get to high school, he played a little ball, started lifting weights, and he got mixed up with the wrong crowd, and I ain't see him for a while, and, you know, then I heard he was in and out of jail. But Calvin was what you call a natural athlete. He was on, and by the time we got to high school, he didn't get any taller. He might have grew like 3 inches. By the time I got to high school, I remember over one summer, I grew like 4 inches over a summer. And that was it for me. Cal was like, he was short. He was always shorter than everybody. We got to high school. He was 5'1" in junior high school. By the time we got to high school, he was like 5'3". That dude could jump out a gym. We was like, yo, what the fuck? Catching alley-oops and everything. The dude could jump. Athletically gifted. He was just deaf in one ear. So he had kind of like he sounded like Luke Ferrigno when he talked. But he was a natural athlete. Basketball coaches wanted him on a team and stuff. Freshman year, we was in the gym. He grabbed the ball, just dunked it with 2 hands. And whenever he jumped, it looked like he was taking off in slow motion. And the teachers was like, yo, the gym, the basketball coach's name was Mr. Levine. He was like, oh, no, who is that? Wait, whoa, come here. The seniors was like, yo. But he liked playing in the streets. I don't know. I hope Cal's all right. I ain't seen Cal since 1992. No, 91. Fucked around and got kicked out of school. That's another story, though. Hope he's all right. Oh, the NBA player that went to jail? That would have been great. You talking about Sebastian Telfair. He's another guy out of Brooklyn. All the talent in the world. He played in the league for a while. But he just couldn't stay out of trouble. And I think he back in Brooklyn. In the projects. I think. Jay-Z was coming to his games. It was crazy. Some guys just, you know, lack discipline. But let me get back to boxing real quick. I would love to just talk the sport. Because I swear to God, that's all I ever did. But the signs of a jealous nigga shines. And when y'all get a chance today, just put Drew Titan in the search bar and see what comes up. And I promise you, none of those cats know me. Even the cats that I've spoken to in passing, they don't know me. They don't. And then that's when you realize, this is why I'm talking about this. That's why you realize, when you realize it's never about boxing with them. It was never about boxing with them, ever. When you got to mention my physique, I'm parked in front of my gym right now. When you got to mention my physique, you got to mention what you think I used to do for a living. When you talk about my brother BFTB and talking about his military career, and when you got to do all of that, what point are you making? It's no longer about boxing. It's an attack. Which leads me to the other thing. Ain't nothing but a bunch of black people doing this. So don't talk to me about black empowerment and shit when we over here with the LDBC. And we keep to ourselves. In 78 started this thing. He didn't say it's only for black people. He said if you want to talk boxing, and we don't have to agree on everything, but if you want to talk boxing and not feel like you're under attack personally due to your ethnicity, come over here and fucks with us. And we was doing that, and what happened? People came and attacked us. People formed other subgroups to try and attack us. Never worked out. I mean, try to attack us. Subgroups to try to attack us. Some nigga named Boom Man or some shit. Somebody sent me a video he did. check this out. It was a response video to when I had Malik Scott on my panel. And someone sent me a post because he said something to me, and I'm like, I don't even know the dude. And I read it. It said, oh, what, all you niggas are together now? F that. B of C. I'm like, who is that? What is that? I don't know what that is. But the Lions Den boxing community is a community. It's a community, man. We're not a gang. When a big fight happens, we connect in the cities or whatever, and we high five and hang out and enjoy the fight, enjoy the festivities, enjoy each other's company, and we go home. That's it. But when I gotta see 500 videos talking about I'm on steroids, no. It's just that you can't do 10 push-ups without fainting. You can't jog a half a mile without your knees and ankles hurting. But why are you talking about my physical appearance? When 99% of you don't even turn on your camera. Niggas making videos about me, but right now, the weather's breaking. You go to the fucking beach with a sweater on. You might want to talk about boxing. And if you don't want to talk about boxing, you want to talk health and wellness, we could do that. I don't know everything. We could chop that up. But if you don't want to talk health and wellness, and you don't want to talk boxing, and you don't like me, if you made up in your mind that you don't like me, that's good. Go on about your business then. Why are you following me to a whole other platform? Why are you doing that? You're a sick Negro. You're sick. Soon as I brought up Bill, Buckle Up starts talking in the comment section under the name Kobe Myers, a white basketball player in Baltimore. And the reason why I'm pointing out that he's white is because he took a white man's name to follow me to another platform to cut down Bill Haney by saying I would rather work with Top Rank than Bill Haney, knowing Top Rank's racist movements. You hate Bill that much that you said that, and you said it under a white man's name, and this is a knuckle dragger attacking me. Do y'all get the connection now? And this is why I will never respect Sports Prediction 101 or Buckle Up or Buster Nut Boxing, whatever he is. I'll never respect him. He'll never be a brother of mine at all. He's ugly inside and out. He's ugly. The dude's ugly. And I'm being light right now, but y'all follow me on Rumble when I'm ready. He's a horrible, despicable human being. And the icing on the cake is you idolizing Tank Davis. And that kid has problems. A lot of problems. And if you know, you know. Everything that I suspected, I'm right about it. But when everything comes out, just remember, y'all got to stand by this kid regardless. I rocking that super chat. Salute, brother. He says, hey, OG, I'm trying to talk TMT. You don't want to know, you don't want no smoke. I fucks with Baltimore. I got people out there. I just don't talk about it. I got people. There's niggas that used to live in New York that live in Baltimore now, over 2 decades. They live there now. They done procreated, have babies. They live out there now. You don't even know how often I'm in the city. I don't talk about it much. Some of you cats that I spoke to behind the scenes, told y'all the story how I got a. Nah, I ain't even gonna talk about it here. It's whatever. But you cats talking crazy. You don't know if I'm next door to you or not, but I'm not on that, bruh. This is boxing, for fuck's sake. What are y'all doing? Keep it on the internet. I say keep it in the ring, but a lot of y'all talk boxing. Y'all never even sparred a match in your life. So when I see a bunch of you knuckle draggers trying to tear shit down, man, you motherfuckers, you guys are goons, man. You guys are clowns. Y'all not even street dudes like you say you are. I brought back in that super chat. He says TMT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Rolling with Tank, or you think you want to roll with Tank. Tank's not even a street dude. Y'all don't hear the general say he almost got slapped with a life sentence over some nonsense? More and more, I understood why Black Fight Fan left, but the more I stuck around, the more I'm like, yo, bro, I know why Black got out this boxing talk. Because the fighters ain't shit, and the fans that the fighters are producing, they ain't shit either. Look at what we're doing now. I didn't even get into this Boots thing. Not like how I wanted to. I'm trying to be cool. I'm trying. But some of you Boots fans are trying to bring me there. You're trying really hard. Some of you Boots fans, y'all got to slow down, man. Y'all got to slow down. I'm upset with him. Why are you over at Matchroom, brother? Why? Why are you there, man? And the argument was, when I went back and forth with that dude that I challenged to have a conversation with, and he didn't show up, of course, because he's a coward. As a black fighter, there's two things you don't do. One, you don't go to Matchroom. As a black American fighter. One, you don't go to Matchroom. Two, you don't go to Top Rank. And this idiot said, all I said was, yo, all these young black fighters that are confused about something, they could easily just hit up Bill and be like, yo, put me up on game. Even if you got to cut Bill a check for some information, do it. Information shouldn't be free anyway. Well, that's fucked up. No, it's not. I used to buy Ring magazine, KO magazine, because I wanted to know what's going on. Y'all don't complain about that. Y'all complain about Spike Lee selling an expensive hat when he used to have a store out here. But I don't see y'all complaining about the Gucci. Y'all pay for what you want to pay for. All I said was they could have hit Bill up and try and get some game. What is Bill met with? Death threats. Or I'm going to punch Bill in the face when I see him. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And fuck Bill. And fuck Devin. Everybody running all over the place and getting a deal. All I said was, yo, why don't y'all just hit Bill up and get some information? No, fuck Bill. What did Bill do so wrong? I'm looking at Devin. I'm looking at Bill. And I see Boots out of Philly fucking with a British goddamn colonizer. And this is the only fight he could get him. He couldn't get him shit at 47. Made him move up. I firmly believe he made him get out of 147. And before he could throw him the goddamn Conor Ben, because I know that was coming. You know how I know that was coming? Because he said he wasn't going to do it. I said bullshit. He was absolutely going to do it. Because I said it on my platform. Stormy said it. And then after Conor left, he said, oh no, that wasn't the plan. Absolutely it was. Oh, I can't get Boots any fights in America. Nobody wants to fight him, so the biggest fight is him versus Conor at Wembley. In other words, he was lining Boots up. He was lining Boots up. That concerned me. That was out of concern. And I thought I was very clear. But of course, knuckle draggers hear what they want to hear. They hear what they want to hear. And me giving criticism to a business move that Boots made, what did he hear? You hating on Boots. You know what? I'm not even arguing with you low lives anymore. If that's what you heard, good luck to you. Good luck to you. All I'm saying is, Boots better win. I hope he smokes Xander. In fact, I got him smoking Xander. Y'all better hope I'm right. Y'all better hope I'm right. You better hope I'm right. And if he smokes Xander, you know they throwing him in there with Fundora. Now I want you to think about something. What would you have rather him do? Fight Xander Zayas? And potentially fight Fundora? Or clean up 147 and potentially get a super fight against Devin Haney? Y'all like this goddamn Xander Zayas fight? Cool. But when Devin was about to go to 54, when I was being talked about, y'all said he was picking on him. I'm saying, how's he picking on a heavier guy who's a unified champion? You guys are on some bullshit. Robert Singleton in that super chat, he says, Boots, my favorite fighter, and even I scratch my head on the decisions he made. I'm not looking past June 27th either. Xander gonna be ready. Bro, listen. That fight's in New York too, right? That fight's in New York? Let me tell you something. If you're Puerto Rican and you're fighting in New York, you may as well be fighting at home. That's like if you're Cuban and you're fighting in Miami, you may as well be fighting at home. Xander is fighting Boots in New York. He's basically fighting at home. Basically. Derek, salute. I see y'all. I see y'all. Thomas, what up? It's in Brooklyn. Xander's at home, bro. If you've never been to New York, I'm letting y'all know right now. Half of Puerto Rico is here. They're here. They're walking around right now. Look, one just passed me. Literally with a flag tattooed on his shoulder. Literally, just now. Xander's basically at home. They're going to sing the Puerto Rican national anthem at that fight. You understand? There you go. So good luck to Boots, right? Now watch this, watch this. Did you hear me say Boots was trash? Did you hear me say I hope he lose? No, you heard me ask questions. What the fuck is he doing in Matchroom? Why'd he do that? Why'd he do that? Stormy, salute. Why'd he do that? Why would he do that? He didn't get the memo? Was he paying attention? He don't know how to go independent? And you big lip monkeys got very emotional when I said, hey man, why don't he just go talk to Bill? No, no, no. I'd rather go to Top Rank. I would go to Top Rank before I go to Bill. That's what Buckle Up said. You'd rather go to Top Rank than to go talk to Bill? Huh? It's not adding up. You got hate in your blood, bruh. You got hate in your blood. 100%. You got hate in your blood. 100%. Bob Arum has been investigated by the FBI. Bob Arum, he had his place of business raided by the FBI. Bob Arum was made to admit that he had fixed fights. He had to admit it. And you would take your black ass over there rather than to go fuck with Bill and get game? It's coming from a place of emotion because Devin is anti-Tank with a remedy for Tank. Right? And a place of ignorance. Bill Haney's on the same level as Frank Warren, as Bob Arum, as Eddie Hearn, Lou DiBella. But you big lip, hairy back, knuckle dragging monkeys, you guys see a white face and you automatically think that's a position of power. No. But y'all don't want to go to Bill. Y'all want to slap Bill. Y'all want to shoot Bill. Y'all want to beat Bill up. How many fighters he's robbed? But Matchroom, Eddie Hearn and Matchroom got a lifetime contract with AJ. AJ made, what, 87 mil fighting Jake Paul? Y'all remember the story, how that shit immediately got cut in half because of taxes? And how much of that money did he see? How much of that does Eddie Hearn get? You see what I'm talking about? Frank Warren is trying to sue Turkey Al-Sheikh for $1 billion. Talking about theft of intellectual property. That's really a thing. But Turkey Al-Sheikh has a great relationship with who? Bill Haney. I've seen Devin Haney move and shake and be his own boss. And all y'all did, y'all Tank fans did, was sick the duck of Tank. And all I ever said was, you think Tank beats Devin? Yeah, make the fight. Devin too big. But he beats Devin. Yeah, make the fight. Devin's too big. All right, well, wait. Well, Devin has to be made to go into a catch weight. What's the catch weight? 35? Devin was there already. 40? Devin was there already. Now we have 47. What's going on? Look, man, Tank Davis a pussy. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. 16 heads he could have fought. He never did it. He gives you Hector Garcia, Ryan Garcia, and Pedraza. Really, man? That's what we doing? And by the way, the Pedraza fight, he insisted was a setup. That boy just need to come out the closet so I can laugh at the people that's supporting him. Because those same supporters are going to be like, yeah, you know, I mean, so what? He's gay. Then they're going to say, well, a lot of people are gay. Like, no, but he's gay. But I'm saying a lot of people are gay. No. Let's not talk about a lot of people. Let's talk about him running around, beating chicks, procreating with women. He was obviously running from something. You've been running around defending an abuser who turns out to be a gay male. Your thoughts, and just throw the mic in their face. I will defend Tank Davis from all enemies, foreign and domestic. Whole time, your whole crib smell like eggs. You know what you've been doing? Poached at that. How your house smell like a poached egg and you in a hoodie? Fuck out of here, nigga. What you talking about? I don't defend a fighter to the point where I sacrifice my integrity. Get out of here, bro. Let me ask you a question. Let's say Carlos Baldomir remained hot in these streets. He beat Zab Judah, right? Let's say he had beat Floyd. Let's say that. Let's say he didn't get knocked out by Canelo Alvarez. And let's say he was on fire for the last decade. Y'all remember Carlos Tata Baldomir? Y'all know he's in prison, right? You know why he's in prison? Look it up. But let's say he was hot. And I think he's Argentinian, right? Let's say he beat Canelo. You know how Canelo slept him? Let's say he slept Canelo like that. Let's say he beat after he beat Zab Judah, he went on to beat Floyd. He beat Canelo. And Argentina's running around here being real disrespectful. Real disrespectful. And then you find out what he did. You know why he's in jail? Exactly, Joe Townsend. Exactly, brother. Exactly. These dudes never had integrity. They were making money. That's why KQKC is always, if y'all only knew, this nigga was always asking about how to grow his channel. And he was always talking about what? Money. And once he figured out how to rub up with the LDBC, but walk that line and say, when people be in the chat saying, oh, well, 78 said this and BF said that and Drew said this. Yeah, man, I'm a free thinker and I don't have to agree with them. And, you know, once he started doing that, all the ops went over to him and tried to assimilate. Yeah, OG, you don't need them, OG. You don't need them. That's where his audience came from, y'all. Just to let y'all know. But behind the scenes, he was always talking about money. Swear to God. He was always talking about money, 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 money. I'm like, God damn, bro, just do your content. Relax. These niggas have no integrity. But getting back to Carlos Tata Baldomir, you know what he was in jail for? You know what he's in jail for? He's Argentinian fighters, right? You know why they don't speak on him anymore? He got short eyes. Copper, I know you know what short eyes is. You's an OG. I know that Stormy knows what short eyes is. He had short eyes. And he got caught out there. Felix, salute. That's right, Felix, he did. Copper, he had short eyes. Stormy, yeah, you know, brother. Carlos Tata Baldomir had short eyes. He's in jail right now for it. Okay? He's in jail right now because he got short eyes. And it was a relative. Now, let's say Carlos knocked out Floyd. He beat up Zab, knocked out Floyd, got to Canelo, knocked him out because Canelo slept him badly. But let's say the roles were reversed. He slept Canelo like that. And we had all these Argentinians in our chat. Viva Argentina, and y'all can't do nothing, and, you know, whatever. Let's say it went like that, and then you find out he got short eyes. If you're an Argentine supporter, and of course, by then, he'd have a bunch of niggas running around supporting him. No, man, you know, Argentine fighters, you know, no one could beat Baldomir, though. I mean, I'm saying. He'd have a lot of that. Now, let's say you find out he has short eyes. At what point do you draw the line? Some of you mofos will just not talk about him no more. And then when someone comes to your chat, they're like, hey, man, you ain't gonna say nothing about this? You start blocking niggas. Nope. Anytime Adrian Broner did something stupid and someone came to my chat and said something, I addressed it. That is not a representation of boxing. That's not a representation of me. He is an asshole. Moving on. And just like that, it's done. Yo, what you got to say about Floyd Mayweather losing his money? Good for him. He was a phenomenal fighter. There were some things I like to have seen him do in the ring. He didn't do it. Now he got to fight for money. The pendulum has swung. And now he got to deal with it. But I address it. But some of you mofos will justify everything. So when the news comes out about Tank, I'm curious to see who's going to defend it and how they're going to defend it. Watch this. I say, hey, man, Bob Arum's a crook. Hey, man, Eddie Hearn's a liar and a crook. Everybody's a crook. That's not the answer, bruh. That's not the answer. Everybody's a crook. That's not the answer. You dope. That is not the answer. Address what I'm saying. You idiot. Out your cotton picking mind. Usually I say these niggas is doing too much, but the reality is they're not doing anything at all. They're not doing what they're supposed to do. There's no integrity. None. I don't know any pro-Argentine boxing channels to go to. When that thing came out with Carlos Baldomir, I don't even know if I was doing content at the time. But still, I don't bring him up because what he did was heinous. And that's not a direct reflection of Argentina. If I really want to be a douche about it, with that Jamel Charlo situation, if I want to be a douche about it, I'm like, yo, man, Argentina harbored Nazis, bro. Argentina, they eradicated an entire black town. Did y'all know that? Look it up. I ain't gonna get too deep, but look it up. Look it up. There's a whole black town in Mexico, but the other Mexicans didn't kill them. They're still there. Argentina wiped them out and harbored Nazis. Please don't talk to me. And when I bring shit up like that, why are you always talking about race? Because it happened. It's real. You sound just like the system that says we don't need to talk about slavery anymore. Yes, we do. If I gotta hear about the fucking Holocaust, why can't I talk about goddamn slavery? If I gotta hear about Adolf Hitler, why can't I educate people about King Leopold II? Oh, I'm sorry. You know, there's this Jewish dude that was tried and convicted for stealing black people's homes all over the city. The rumor came out today, well, I saw it today, that it might be more than that. It might be over 100 different people that was victim of him. He was deed stealing, y'all, in court with a yarmulke and everything. He only got 3 months and the rest was house arrest. He stole people's brownstones. Those brownstones are over $100 to $200,000. Stole deeds, and the rumor was he was taking the money and sending it to where? Israel. Don't get mad at me. This is a real story. Look it up. Del Riv, you saw that, right? That's a real story. He really did that. But the 20 he got popped for, they said it might be 80 more. You got to be kidding me. But you can't talk about those juice boxes without them playing with your channel. You can't talk about a Gen Z pillow biter overseeing your content. And because he has an unconditional love for someone you're talking about, I mean, it'd be different if I was lying. But if I'm pointing out my detest, I mean, where does the First Amendment start and stop? Watch this. You got this bitch-ass cracker with a circus mustache named Chud walking around calling people monkeys and saying we chimping out and shit. Y'all got all this smoke for me, but some of y'all know where that guy lives. Some of you know what state he's in. And y'all ain't doing shit. I don't care if his camera's up or anything. You motherfuckers record crimes all day long. I've literally seen motherfuckers record themselves breaking into cars and shit. Fights and shit. Y'all can't see Chud and go upside his head? You got all the smoke for your own. Now, what does this have to do with what I'm talking about? I was talking about Buckle Up Boxing, using a white boy's name to try and follow me over to Rumble to have a conversation with me. I'm going to get more in depth about my detest for him as a human being on Rumble. But know this now. In this realm of boxing, in this world, because what we deal with on the internet is a direct reflection of the world. And it also proves as to why black people will never, ever achieve greatness as long as you got niggas in the ranks. All right? I was telling my brother 503 yesterday when I was on his show. If y'all had any idea how much beef behind the scenes that I squashed and I had to get in the middle of, because I just don't want to see my brothers and sisters fight. And you have to really assess the situation. I'm going to tell y'all this. When a person has separated from us to the point where they got to make diss videos about us, you know that Drew Titan was trying. I tried and tried. You just know I tried. And I'm an old man now. Well, you know what? Let me stop saying old. I'm wise. I'm very wise. And I'm not going backwards. So a nigga could be sorry. A chick could be sorry. Apology accepted. But listen, I'm not mending anything. Because where was this energy when I was literally trying? Y'all have no idea what it takes to function in a community. You have no idea. Trying to fix things. They call me the lieutenant for a reason. I build bridges. I don't burn them. Don't. I don't know why I have quote-unquote enemies on here. I'll never understand it. You ask any one of these dumb niggas, what did he do to you? Oh, well, he got a problem with AJ. He got a problem with Tank. Okay. So you want to kill him over that? Huh? And what y'all don't know is a lot of these people you run behind, you don't know that they got problems. You don't know that they're on medication or they need medication. That guy Southpaw TV, y'all didn't see his brother pull up on Greg Hackett's gym and spilled the whole beans about how dude stole 5 racks from his own mom? Y'all ain't hear that? I saw that. The dude is crazy. He's like, I bet you if he goes to get evaluated, he's clinically insane. He'll get evaluated. They'll be like, oh, no, he's insane. Don't worry about it. He's insane. He's not well. So what we doing? Y'all know there's something wrong with Fanon. Y'all know that. Y'all can't tell KQKC's infused French fries sort of a Happy Meal? You can't tell him? You can't tell that he used to have a drug problem? You can't tell? You can't tell? Now, I'm not saying that people don't deserve second chances and everything like that, but, you know, you touch a nerve when you attack me. And all I ever did was trying to help brothers and sisters. Y'all have no idea. I could write a book about the shit. Especially some of these chicks. They exist in chaos. They was not hearing it. You don't see them around me no more. No thanks. I'm not on that type of time. I can't be bothered. And by the way, they're all black. And you wonder why I do a Monkey Tuesday. Because I'm not going to ignore the shots fired towards me. Lord have mercy. Y'all have to see this BBL. It's ridiculous. And she's going right into the gym, and I bet you she's going right to the goddamn Stairmaster. And I'm not going anywhere near it until she's finished. See? See? I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm tired of niggas. I'm tired of BBLs on the Stairmaster. I'm just tired. I'm sick of it. Well, Yo, Felix, my boy's getting married in DR in a few months. Tell me where not to go. I ain't trying to get cut. My boy's getting married in DR. That sounds like a contradiction. You going to DR to get married, nigga? I know what goes on down there. I'll stay on the resort, but, you know, tell me where not to go. This nigga's really going to DR to get married. Wait a minute, bro. Wait. You don't go to DR to get married. You go for something else. But I'm minding my business. It's going to be my first time out there. But I need to know where to go so I don't get cut. How far I got to jog before I get to the borderline of Haiti? Yeah, Thomas, for real. I'm fucking around, stay on the resort, man. I ain't playing. Man. Well, I think the general should be coming on in a few minutes, right? Let me time to do some push-ups, man. Chest triceps today. Summer's here, basically. Hope y'all shit is in shape. You know what I mean? Salute to y'all. Joe, I see you. I appreciate you, Joe. I appreciate you. Listen, I'm no like psychologist or psychiatrist. I just share my life experiences and talk boxing. And I tell everybody, if you see value in what I do, I appreciate you. If you don't, you know, I'm not holding anyone here, Joe, man. You a real dude. I appreciate you, brother, for real. I appreciate all of you guys. Real shit. I just contributed to the community. And as you can see, I never understood when I learned about Jesus. I'm like, man, he's such a nice guy. Why the fuck is he on the cross? You know why? Because he's surrounded by a bunch of Judases. Make sense? So how the fuck do you think I'm looking at all these big lip knuckle draggers? I'm like, I did nothing to these dudes. All I do is disagree on a fighter. And all of this? Wow. Demons. But be on the lookout for my live on Rumble. When I put up the post, I'll drop the link. But y'all have a great day. Stay blessed. Do something productive. And only eat about 2,000 calories today. And salute to y'all, man. Much love, man. I'm about to go get this workout on, man. Salute to everybody. If I missed you, know that I love you, man. Peace.